Monday. Welcome. It's Yoga Fusion, which is a 45-minute class. I'm Judith, your instructor. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. As I said earlier, all you need is a chair, no wheels for sure, and preferably no arms. Should you happen to have extra things like hand weights or a yoga strap or blocks, have those handy if you'd like to fold those in. But otherwise, if you don't have them, don't worry. So all of those items are optional, so we'll do the best with what we have this morning. I'll be available to answer questions at the end of the class. And if anything that's being offered does not work for your body for whatever reason, you can modify. You could do another posture that you enjoy, or you could skip it altogether. So you can decide, you know what's best for your own body and how it's feeling today. So let's start with the feet about shoulder width apart. Just start shifting the weight a little bit from side to side. And then the arms can swing in. And you just flop those arms like empty coat sleeves, wet spaghetti noodles. And you're shifting the weight from side to side. So maybe you want to lift the opposite heel as you twist in the opposite direction, or not. You can decide. It's a very mild balance challenge. Now you're tapping here either with a soft fist or the heel of the hand directly under the collarbone. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep looking over the shoulder. 2. Keep twisting and turning. So now you're going to tap yourself on the shoulder, like you're congratulating yourself, as you should do. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, tapping away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep twisting. Now tap in front of the midriff here, the core, and then the back hand is going to tap up by the kidneys. So that's a little bit higher reach with the back hand. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we can slowly unwind. Just try not to abruptly stop. That's a good way to get dizzy. So we'll just slow it down. Very nice. Let's take the hands on the hip crease or the hips. Inhale forward, squeezing and exhaling back. Circling the hips, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Noticing if there's any kinks or tight spots in there and breathing into those areas. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come back to center. Take a breath in and then circle in the opposite direction. Here again, you're going to notice if it feels the same as the other direction. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You're just taking a little inventory of the body, seeing what it's willing to do this morning. So inhaling and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center. Rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, moving up the body here. Opening the chest. We tend to have slumping posture constantly in this current day and age because we slump over computers and steering wheels and shopping carts and phones. Let's not forget phones. Let's do the other direction now. Again, noticing how it feels going in the other direction. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then just shake out the arms, maybe shake out the legs and the feet. Nice. Let's take 3 big breaths. So the knees are soft on this. Inhale, and then inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Lifting and pressing. Last one, lifting and pressing. Let's take the fingers, interlace the fingers and press them away. So here you might want to take a figure 8 stance here. The legs can be a little bit wider. And you can move side to side. In the horizontal, we usually just go front and back, up and down. Let's do side to side. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then stretch the arms away. And the spine could be slightly curved here, squeezing the abdominals, the navel to the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze. We'll do 2 more. Lifting and squeezing. Lifting and squeezing. Nice. Arms can come all the way down. Shake out the wrists and the hands. The legs can stay nice and wide. Let's extend the arms to the side. Drop shoulders away from ears. Think about crown of head floating up to sky. We're going to slide the ribs to the right. Come back to center. Slide them to the left. So you're isolating the ribs here, giving a nice squeeze to those internal organs, side to side. Nice and gentle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Again, it's ribs only, tilting to the right. So those arms are fixed. Back to center, tilting left. So you're not flapping your arms. We're not doing the bird thing now. We're just tilting the torso side to side. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly lower the arms down. Very nice. Let's shake everything out. The feet can probably stay about the same. Let's just start swinging the arms forward and then back. Nice little squat with the legs. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Here again, let's get near to our chairs. We're going to place ourselves near the chair. Your right leg will be the leg closest to your chair. I like to hang on to the back of the chair seat. You might have an available wall that would do the same thing, so you can decide. Left leg is straight. You're going to start swinging that left leg, and the left foot stays flexed throughout. Big sweeps with the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly de-escalate on that. Coming back to stillness, shake out both sides. Let's return to that left leg. Let's lift it up. Little pumps here. You might assist with the back of the thigh. Don't grab the back of the knee. So it's little pumps up to the sky. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float it down. Ooh, shake out both legs and feet. Trying to get a little bit neutral territory. And then we're going to go back to the standing leg, the right leg. You're going to float that same left leg up and dangle the lower leg. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's circle the ankles, spread the toes wide, flex the foot. Breathing, standing tall. Let's go in the other direction. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that leg down, shake it out. It's okay to say ow if that's appropriate. I'm feeling it. We're going to go to the other side. The leg nearest your chair seat is your left leg. Now the right leg is straight. The right foot stays flexed throughout. And it's just going to be a nice little swing, waking up the leg here. Breathing and standing tall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slowly take it down. Nice. And then again, shake out both sides. Getting back to neutral. The weight will be in your left leg. You're going to float the right knee up. If you want to assist, grab the back of the thigh, not the back of the knee. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place it down. Again, a little pause, a little break. Check out both sides. And remembering to breathe, don't hold your breath, okay? Weight is in left leg, float right leg up. Dangle the lower leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to stillness. Circle the ankles, spread the toes wide, flex the foot. Breathing, let's go in the other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Oh, place it down, shake it out. Oof. Now from here, well, we can stay here. Let's go ahead and lift the right heel. And let's circle the ankle joint. So now we're trying to get flexibility and strength in the ankles and in the foot, the feet. So that will help with fall prevention. Hopefully you could catch yourself. And then you're going to circle that ankle in the opposite direction. So it's the ankle joint initiating the movement, not the knee or the thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake out both sides. Let's lift the left heel now. Same idea. So the ankle joint initiates the movement. You're standing tall. And then you find the opportunity, circle in the opposite direction. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Heel comes down. Shake it out. Now we're going to move our chairs. And so you're going to face the back of your chair. Move that a little farther forward. There. I won't mirror you for this. So the feet are directly under the hips. The toes point forward. Right foot stays forward. Left foot comes back. So make sure the heel can attach to the mat. And this is just going to be a passive hamstring stretch. So we're going to tilt the torso forward. And then when you find your sticking point, for 8, we'll pause here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Torso comes up slightly. Now you're going to cape that left back heel. You're going to lift it up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift that back left heel. Now the torso will stay upright. Both knees and legs are going to bend here. So inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Very nice. Left foot comes to meet the right. Shake out both sides. Couple of breaths here. Now the left foot stays forward, the right foot goes back. Make sure the legs are wide enough so you feel like you have stability and support. And now you're going to tilt the torso maybe 20 degrees forward. And that right heel is glued to the mat. And we'll pause here for this static stretch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming upright, back up to vertical with the torso, lifting the back right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift the back right heel. The torso stays upright. The both legs are going to bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Very nice. Let's take the right foot to meet the left. Shake out the feet and the legs. Now from here, again, feet and legs in parallel, toes point forward. You might want to hang on to your chair or your wall. Let's lift the heels and start bouncing the heels. Here again, working on strengthening the feet, the Achilles tendon, the calves, and getting enough flexibility and stretch in there. All right? 8, maybe you want to move the body another way while you're bouncing the heels. 7, 6, 5, a little meditation and motion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bringing the heels down. That also works on bone density, by the way. I'm going to take the chair. I'm going to place it here on my right side. I'm not going to mirror you for this, all right? So maybe standing a little bit behind where that chair is. Big giant step forward with the right foot, all right? Both sets of toes point forward. So you're going lunging forward, and let's step it back. Let's lunge it forward and step it back. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Let's stay forward on 1, all right? So now we're approaching warrior 1 in yoga. So the right knee stacks over the right heel. One arm might float up to sky. Find a point that doesn't move on the wall or the floor. That will help with balance. Maybe your second arm wants to float up. Maybe it doesn't. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take one arm, exhale back, bring it up. Other arm, exhale back, bring it up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly the arms can come down. Let's take the left foot to meet the right. Now you can shake out the feet, especially that left foot. And now we're going to go forward with the left foot going forward, the right foot going back. Inhaling and exhaling. So forward and back, forward and back. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, forward. Back heel might want to lift. One arm might have to come up. Second arm might want to come up. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. Exhale, one arm back, coming forward, other arm going back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming with the arms floating down slowly. Right foot meets the left. Shake everything out. So that was taking a lunge into warrior 1. Let's go ahead. If you have a block, fine. Place it against the long edge of your mat. If you don't have a block, you might want to take your chair and have it face you. And you can place your hands on the chair seat for support should you need. All right? So there's 2 options there for this one. I'm going to move this off to one side. Maybe you want to grab a sip of water. And then we'll take the legs nice and wide here. You might want to be near a wall if you want some support. So feel free, all right? So the knees will always track over the toes. We're going to inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll stay down. Right forearm might want to rest on the right thigh. The left hand might want to rest on your tall block or the chair seat or the mat if you get nice long arms. And your left leg is straight. So that left heel digs into the mat, the toes point to the sky, and you're pumping into your right hip. Try not to let the head dangle here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center. And then the left forearm can rest on left thigh. Right hand can rest on mat, block, or chair seat. And you're pumping into the left hip. Right leg is straight now. Right heel digs into mat. Toes point to sky. And you're pumping to the left here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's come back to center. Maybe that tall block goes to the second highest setting. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs and bow to your mat. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. We'll do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And here you can just shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Maybe add in some horse lips here. And it might feel good to just swing side to side here, little ragdoll action. You might want to interlace the fingers or grab opposite elbows as you sway side to side, and be sure to squeeze the abs to protect the low back. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to center, hands can rest on thighs, back is flat. As you come on up, stacking the bones, stacking the bones, stacking the bones, and then heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. And then we'll move that prop away. Let's retire to our chairs. So I'm grabbing the chair. And then once you get yourself organized with the chair, placing the bum on the chair seat, nice and slow, and see if you can stay closer to the front edge of the chair seat than the back of the chair seat. And if you want to have props, if you have props and you want to use them, have them handy. But they're not required, they're optional, all right? So let's come to sitting in the chair, maybe pulling flesh away from sits bones, feet and legs in parallel, and then open the chest, of course, roll the shoulders. And just think about that perfect posture here, crown of head, lining up with tailbone, giving the internal organs some space to operate, to breathe. So with this, we're going to go ahead and take the right hand and we're going to start twisting to the right. The left hand can grab the outside of the right thigh. So you're going to come to a sticking point in your twist here. That back arm can wrap around the back of the chair, and your front hand is going to be on the outside of the right thigh. We're in a seated twist here, giving a squeeze to those internal organs. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you're going to stay in this twist. Just slightly release. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Use both hands to accelerate the twist. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, and then slowly unwinding, slowly unwinding. Give the body a little wiggle if that feels good. Right hand is going to grab the outside of the left thigh. Right hand outside of left thigh. Now the left arm is straight. You're gazing down the middle finger of the left hand. You're twisting to the left. Eventually you will come to a sticking point, and there you will stop. Wrap that back arm around the back of the chair. So everything from the waist down is pointing forward. Everything from the waist up is twisting to the left. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in your twist, but just slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. And then 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. And then slowly unwinding, giving the body a little shake if that feels right. Let's take the legs maybe a little bit wider, not too much wider. And then we're going to just drop the arms down by the side of your chair. And that right arm can just drop down and just let it dangle and hang there. And the chest is going to stay square to the front of your space so you're not torquing off to the right. Okay? So a big stretch on the left side of the body here. You're going to take your wrist and start spreading the fingers wide and circling the wrist and the hand. A few circles in one direction and then circling in the opposite direction. Nice. And then coming back to center. Let's drift over to the left. Now that left arm is just hanging there, and it's got big fingers spreading wide, and the wrist is circling. You might want to hang on to your chair with the other hand for support, and then go the other way. Nice. Nice and easy. Let's go back to center. Drop back off to the right. Now the left arm comes up and over by the ear. I have to modify on this side. I have an injury, so arm is by the ear, the fingertips stretch to the side wall for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back to center, keeping that top arm the same. Inhale, exhale, twisting off to the side. Inhale, and then stretching off to the side. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. And then that top arm floats down slowly. And then that other arm comes up. And you're going to twist to the left. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Breathing and stretching. Big stretch on the right. Breathing and stretching. Nice. And then that arm can float down slowly as you resist gravity. Try not just to let it collapse. Shake out the arms. Now the right arm is going to push to the left in front of the torso. The top left arm is going to push to the right. So now we've got 2 directions where we're stretching. See if you can flex the wrist and push those 2 side walls away for 4, 3, 2, 1. Windmill the arms. You're going to reverse. Bottom arm presses to right. Top arm presses to left. Chest is squared to the front of your space for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind the arms. Shake everything out. Noticing where the energy may have shifted in the body now. We've been moving for a while. The legs can come a little bit wider. Be sure you're closer to the front of the chair seat than the back. We're going to lead with the chin. So this is working on flexibility of the spine. The adage these days is you are as old as your spine is flexible. So we're going to work on flexibility of the spine. So you're going to lead with the chin. Exhale forward. Whip-like motion with the spine. Tuck the chin as you roll it up. Exhale. stretching, squeezing the spine, stretching and pulling it up. Let's do 2 more in this way. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, inhale. Nice. Coming back up to center. We're going to reverse it now. You're going to tuck the chin. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, stretch forward like the head is breaking the ocean waves here. Tuck the chin. Inhale, tuck. Exhale, break the waves. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. And then coming back to neutral, the legs can come back together. And now you're going to notice either you're going to use a strap. If you don't have a strap, don't panic. All right. I'll do this in profile. You're going to grab your right leg and draw the thigh into the chest. The knee stays bent, the foot stays flexed. If you're using a strap, you're going to loop the strap around the ball of the right foot. I like to even out the ends of the strap, and then you're going to draw that knee into the chest. So the goal is to sit nice and tall, even as you're stretching and extending the leg. You're going to inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. We'll do 8 or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then rebend, float everything down. We'll go to the other side. So here you can draw the left thigh into the chest. Now I'm using my forearm to hold the thigh in place. Do not grab the back of the knee. You can do thigh or calf, not knee. If you're using the strap, loop it around the ball of the left foot. Even out the strap ends. And then you're going to draw that leg into your chest, sitting tall as best you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8 or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then rebending, floating that foot down to earth. Let's go ahead and come back to center. And the legs are in parallel. Let's just bounce the feet and the legs here. And I'll do a count here. This is helping to move blood and lymph throughout the body, stimulating energy, the chi, the life force that moves the body. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly de-escalating. Don't just abruptly stop. Just gradually go down. Now you might want to grab the sides of the chair for this, or you might want to stack palms right over the heart center. It's going to be exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then shake everything out. Very nice. Let's take our little bird beak hand. So that's 4 fingers together, meeting the thumb. All right. And you're going to tap right here in the center of the chest, right over the heart center. This is also stimulating the thymus gland. This is a thymus thump. And that is responsible for immunity. So we're activating those glands, waking them up. And you might want to go up and down the torso. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right arm. And either with your bird beak hands or with the flat of the hand, you're going to tap down the inside of the right arm all the way to the fingertips. You flip the arm. You're going to tap all the way up the outside of the arm. When you get up here by the neck and shoulders, you're going to tap because that's a nice place that gets nice and tight. And then we're not going to forget our armpit, a place where the lymph likes to hang out. All right. We'll do it 2 more times. So tapping up here by the neck and the shoulder, down the yin meridian, the inside of the right arm. Flip the arm up the yang meridian, the outside of the arm. Tapping at neck and shoulder. Don't forget the armpit. And last time, tapping on the neck and shoulder. Coming down the inside of the arm, the right arm. Flipping it over, coming up the outside of the arm. Massaging the neck and the shoulders. And then don't forget your armpit. Oh, yes. And then let's go back to the thymus thump right here, up and down, up and down. Woo! And just noticing how does that right arm feel compared to the left arm? Probably not the same. Let's go over to the left arm now. Tapping on the neck and the shoulder. It's a nice tight area. Down the inside of the left arm, tapping. Yin meridian. Flipping the arm, going up the outside of the arm, the yang meridian. Tapping on the neck and the shoulder. And let's not forget the armpit. Oh. Let's go down. Inside, back up, outside, neck and shoulder, armpit. Last excursion down the left arm. Flipping it over, up the right, outside of the left arm, rather. Tapping on the neck and the shoulder, and then tapping on the armpit. And then coming back to your thymus thump, and then just gradually shaking out the hands and the arms. See if we have time. I think we do. Let's take the left hand. You're going to wrap it around the right side of the neck, and then you're going to drag that left hand to the left as the face and the neck turn to the right. So you're giving your neck a nice massage here. Inhale, pressing, squeezing, and looking over to the right. Let's do it a few more times. This is just your own rhythm, your own pace. If you slept on the neck funny, this should feel good, help get things back into order. Although sometimes it takes a long time for that to happen. Days sometimes. Here we go, back to center. Let's take the right hand. The 4 fingers wrap around the left side of the neck. You're going to drag the hands to the right. The face and the neck look to the left. Oh. Does this side feel the same? Does this side need more attention or less? You can choose. We'll do a few more of these at your own rhythm, your own pace. 2 more. Last time. 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh. And then just shaking everything out. We're going to do a little bit more tapping, and then we'll have a seated shavasana. So I'm going to bring my chair closer so you can see. So you're sitting in your chair now. You can scoot all the way to the back of your chair if that feels okay. And we're going to continue with our little bird beak hands. So we've got our bird beak hands here. Or you can use your fingertips. It doesn't matter. So for this, we're going to start at the crown of the head, and we're just going to do a tapping on the crown of the head. Now make a mental note of how it feels before we begin, all right? So now we're going to tap in the crown of the head. It's not a death press. It's just a nice steady pressure. And then that's going to move down into the forehead, and you're going to tap along the forehead and the temples on the side. Woo. And then very gently, maybe with just 2 fingers, tapping around the eye socket, both sides. Tapping, tapping. And then maybe the cheek area. And then we're going to go right underneath the nose here. Got it. Tapping underneath the nose. Then we go down to right above the chin. This is a good way if you find yourself stressed out during the day, tapping, and let's go down to where we were earlier. And let's do one more round of tapping, starting at the top of the head, the crown of the head, the crown chakra. We go down to the forehead, tapping on the forehead, gently, maybe with just a couple fingers, circling the eye sockets. This is bringing you more into your parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is the flight or flight, and the parasympathetic is letting in complete relaxation. So don't forget, underneath the nose, underneath the bottom lip, maybe along the jawline, and then gradually bringing all of that to stillness, shaking out the hands, and then scooting back into your chair seat, sitting nice and tall, noticing how that tapping feels now, and just allowing the eyes to drop closed, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day. So while we're resting here in Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose, here's a few words from Pema Chodron, from her book, Welcoming the Unwelcome. We all have tremendous potential, and yet we stay closed in a very small, fearful world based on wanting to avoid the unpleasant, the painful, the insecure, the unpredictable. There is vast, limitless riches and wonder we could experience if we fully accustomed our nervous systems to the open-ended, uncertain reality of how things are. When we learn how to hold the rawness of vulnerability in our hearts, we will be able to experience our minds and hearts as vast as the universe. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And then as you are ready, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace